Well, hi-ho, boys and girls. Good morning, it's your old pal Van here. And I got just one question for you this morning. Who's bad? Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into today, shall we? So, folks, we're here at Carlsbad Cavern, because it's bad. And we're going to hike down into the caverns. Now, there's two options. You can either hike or you can walk in. If you hike in, it takes about 2.5 hours start to finish. The trip goes from a trail down into the cavern, and then you come around when you get to the bottom. It's about 80 stories down, but once you're down at the bottom and you've went through the caverns, it takes about 2.5 hours. You take the elevator back up. So it's not, it's downhill, no having to worry about going uphill. There's apparently a problem with white nose syndrome with bats. Now, what the bats are claiming is they have an issue with a certain type of fungus that's affecting them. But I lived through the 80s and 90s, and I saw a lot of this white nose syndrome with a lot of excuses. So, listen, buddy, you ain't fooling anybody. You walk through the visitor center, and that's where you purchase your pass. And then you come out here. There's just a little path that leads down over there, and that's where you actually enter the caverns. The visitor center is kind of cool. They have a little restaurant. It doesn't open until 10 a.m. You have to come here in the morning because they only allow people to go down there until a certain period of time. And then I'm not sure what time the last group gets to leave. They ask you to make reservations. I actually did not make a reservation, and today happened to be a light day. If you're coming on the weekends, especially, the ranger that I was speaking to told me that it is well advised to go online to the Carlsbad website, and you can make a reservation, and that way you're insured to be able to get in. So if you've ever been to Mammoth Cave, Mammoth Caves is like cave wuss compared to what I'm looking at here. This is just the descent down. Yeah, like I said, just about 80 stories down, and which is about equal to, I guess, most of the height of the Empire State Building in New York. So, yeah, not even, maybe a third of the way down, and you can already smell the flying rat shit. I tell you, folks, people suck. I'm used to doing any kind of exploring or hiking around or messing around all by myself. And this is a touristy place. And there's all these people like stopping every 3 feet to take photographs. Now, granted, I'm doing a video, so yes, I'm equally as guilty. But it's like all these amateur photographers taking 10,000 things. I can walk, take photos, and talk to you lovely people all at the same time. All right, so I'm about halfway down, and I gotta tell you, this is a little story. So when I was coming in, I was still in Texas, and I was out near El Capitan, and I stopped, and I saw this guy, and he was like parked right behind me, and I'm looking at El Capitan, and I'm looking at the sunset, and the guy never even looks off in the distance. He's just looking at the van. So then, like, the very next day, I crossed into Mexico, or New Mexico, and I was just kind of chilling at a rest area. And I walk in the rest area, and a guy is in the rest area. And so I've been stopping and starting coming down here. And I swear to God, the same guy is right behind me. And when I stop, he stops. When I start, he starts. It's creepy. That's him in the hat. As all true explorers have had throughout time. In their grand discoveries of this great nation of ours. You can go off into the distance to explore strange new worlds, or you could take a left and go to the snack bar and use the bathrooms and just bail out and take an elevator back up. What the fuck? Mother Nature's grand experiment and her wonderful, beautiful child that she birthed hundreds of yards, hundreds of miles, hundreds of feet below the earth, where you can enjoy a juice box and cookies. This is pretty freaking cool, despite all the annoying people. That annoying click, that beep, beep, beep you hear in the back, that's the group of tourists that can't just stop taking selfies, man. And it's like a group, and they all gather together and take a selfie every 15 feet. It would almost be as bad as if some jackass just wandered about the caves making little witty quips and smart-ass remarks as he traveled through. And as he passed you, he talked about how slow you were moving. Almost that bad. And yeah, look at this. I mean, it is giant. Holy crap. Kind of terrible. If I wasn't such a decent, law-abiding citizen, I would be that jerk that, like, jumps around and, like, starts walking on everything. I would be that idiot. But I'm not. I am mature. I have grown into an intelligent, decent, respectful human being. And I also want to yell really bad, which you're not allowed to do that either. But I won't. Maybe. So I've discovered a new system. Seems to be working really well. So rather than, like, following people, going like every 3 feet and being annoyed by them, I came across a loop, and rather than go the right way on the loop, I'm going the wrong way on the loop, and so they just get annoyed and plow right past me, so I don't have to wait behind them. So it's magical. It's the greatest decision I made since I've been down here. All right, this area is known as the bottomless pit. Yes. And I can think of a few people I've come across that I'd like to throw down there. So, all the commercialism aside, we're coming towards, this is the trail that leads to the big room. And I don't know, I can't really give you the scale, you know, how big this is, but it's pretty huge. And it's pretty freaking cool. Now, they do offer, like, little recorded things you can listen to on the way down. And they have all these little markers, like you see right there, number 24. That way you know what the heck you're looking at. Now me, I'm just using my imagination and I'm making up as I go. Like, for instance, those two little mounds are dinosaur turds that have, over time, formed to become petrified. And so this is where, like, all the Titans lived. Like, Godzilla was down here, and he slept for a while, but he'd have to get up and take a dump every once in a while. And yeah, so he didn't want to do it where he slept and where he ate, so he came down to this little room and dumped away. Number 24. Apparently this is the area where the tourists are most annoying. Yes. And it is oops, sorry. It's also the crazy selfie room. Oh, pardon me. All I can add to that last scene is, it ain't like I go hang out at the bingo parlors and like run around like a maniac, moving quickly. Everyone has a time and place in life for certain things they should and should not be doing. Cave dwelling and exploring is not what you do in your 90s. I'm sorry if you're 90. Still like and subscribe. I'll make fun of young people next time. Comes the wrong way, for instance. I'll give you an example. Nice, friendly family. Oh. They just move right out of the way when you go the wrong way. Check that out. Again, annoying photo taker. I'm just going to plow right past his ass. You'll see, it's magic. And there you go. I don't know where it comes from. Sometimes I'm just too smart for my own good. You're lucky to have me. Like and subscribe. There. It's not a stereotype. I'm not drawing conclusions. I'm just saying it's true. I emerged from the caverns unscathed. In Carlsbad is bad. The only negative probably was I'm not so much a touristy guy. Don't like too many tourists. And there just seems like some folks that they had to help along the way that just sort of kind of get in the way, but you kind of think everybody deserves a chance to go down there. But yeah, that's just a personal thing. But regardless of my opinion, everybody should go down there and check it out, because it is something, if you haven't been there, like nothing you will ever see in your life. And I really don't mind tourists all that much. I don't like them, but after all, but what am I but a tourist of this great planet? So remember, folks, visit Carlsbad Cavern. The bad shit isn't all that bad. Be safe out there. Travel safely. Travel kindly. Be kind to one another. Keep it reals. Like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to see more content. All 5 of you. And once and for all, Voodoo Ranger, come on, man. I need some beer. Laters!